Hello, everyone. Today's class is about awareness and relaxation. What we will do today over about 40 minutes is to hello. See? What we will do today mostly is work on our awareness and relaxation. The goal of the class today is to allow people to have tools they can use by themselves to not lower their stress levels, but also to understand where we are, to understand how we feel and how we're going along with that. In order for that to happen, we have to have two things. One, the drills, the tools, and second, the awareness. So what we will do is first focus on our breathing. The breathing is the connection or the bridge between the conscious and the unconscious. So we inhale through the nose, exhale again through the nose, inhale, exhale, like so. Now we will add to that different systems along the body and see how we can configure our awareness to a deeper level. I'll stand up to make things more easy. So from here, in this position, from this regular standing position, what we'll start with is inhaling. And as we are inhaling, start to feel your heartbeat. If you can feel where your heart is on your center on left side. Inhale and exhale through the nose. The idea is to allow the body, the mind, the conscious self to naturally sync the pulses of the heart with the different phases of breathing. So we inhale on a heartbeat, hold or maintain, exhale on a heartbeat, and maintain. This creates a bit of a square of inhale, pause, exhale, pause, naturally. And through that, through the connection between the heart and the breath, we can open a deeper door to our self-understanding, to understand how we can connect to what's happening at the moment inside and through that also to the outside. So you can stand or you can walk. I prefer to walk so I can sync my steps as well with the movements that I'm taking. So as the heartbeat goes, I take a step, I inhale. I take another heartbeat on pause, another heartbeat, and I exhale. So inhale, pause, exhale, pause. Then you can start with a rhythm of 1, 1, 1, and 1. Inhale, pause, exhale, another pause. Inhale, pause, exhale, pause. We are connecting the subconscious and the conscious together, the breath, the heart, and then we'll add more and more systems to that. So this is the beginning, the 1, 1, 1, 1, but that's not where we are headed. We're headed a bit higher. So let's go for a more continuous breath. So we're going to inhale for 2 heartbeats. If you don't feel it, just find a place where you can feel your heartbeat and continue from there. So we inhale for 2 heartbeats, hold for 2 heartbeats, exhale for 2 heartbeats, and then hold again for 2 heartbeats. With standing, walking, any motion you choose to that makes sense to you. Exhale, pause. Inhale, pause again. So we are inhaling on 2, exhaling on 2, and in the middle we have 2 pauses. Where in the pause, which is just as important, it allows the body to use the oxygen, the CO2, to create its own balance. And by paying attention to what the body is telling us through sensory and also through the emotion that is being brought to our awareness, we know what is the right means of breathing and transportation for that moment. Now let's go up to 3 and 3. So 3 heartbeats inhale, 3 pause. 3 heartbeats exhale, 3 pause. Good. Now we will go to 4, 4, 4, and 4. What I ask is to now extend your awareness, not just to one place where you feel your heartbeat, but to 2, 3 places. For example, I can feel my heart beating in my chest, obviously. I can also feel it in my hands. At the end, you feel it throughout your entire body. And also, since the pulse starts here, by the time it gets to the hands, it's a different rhythm. So you have sort of a revolving rhythm of the heartbeat throughout the body. And that is not just relaxing, but it allows us through higher awareness to move in a more synchronized manner and allows us to shed excess tension through awareness, not through anger, not always through anger. So 4, 4, 4, and 4. Feel your heartbeat in your heart. Feel your heartbeat in your hands, in your palms, in the back of the hand, or choose 2 other places. 4, 4, 4, and 4. Inhale for 4. Hold for 4. Exhale for 4. And hold for 4. Let's do this again. It's a lot harder to be angry when you're inside yourself more. You are less open for suggestion from the outside. You have more control over your own thoughts, not just someone else's. Now that we have pulse going in more than one place, you should have 2 rhythms at least in the body. Let's extend it to just one more place at this time. So take another place in the body where you can feel the pulse. It can be any place you choose. One of the best places to feel your pulse is actually your face. If you can feel your pulse in your face, you're either 1, very excited, or 2, very relaxed. 2 extremes of the same pretty much line of higher awareness, lower awareness. Try to feel your pulse in your face. If you're doing this drill with someone else, you can actually see the pulse in the temples sometimes, in the eyes. They pulsate a little bit, you can see it. And so feel your pulse in your heart, feel your pulse in your hands, feel your pulse in your face. And let's jump to 6, 6, 6, 6. So 6 heartbeats for inhale, 6 for pause, 6 for exhale, and 6 for pause. Let's do 2 repetitions of this. Begin with the inhale. Getting used to tension is not a good thing. So as you feel, for example, any sort of tension or discomfort as you stretch the time or the number of pulses you use for the inhale, the exhale, and the pause sections, trying to allow the body to shed the tension on its own. It can be by shaking, moving, any sort of movement that's not doing any self-harm is permissible. And also don't try to push yourself too much. Just stay on the level where you feel there is some sort of advancement in terms of effort, but not so much as there is pain. So let's do another one of 6, 6, 6, 6. Inhale for 6. Pause. Exhale for 6. Pause. Now, this is a primer for this particular drill. You can go up to much higher numbers, 10s, 20s, 30s, 40s, even more. Although it's hardly necessary, because the moment that you reach a point where you're feeling some sort of pressure, inner pressure, you know that you're working with whatever it is causing you tension, whether it is internal or external. Now we move after we breathe a little, and after we're slightly more aware of the heart, to a collapsing drill. So from here, I'm going to start with my inhale, and as I inhale, I bring the tension up from the soles of my feet all the way to the top of my head. So to the count of, let's start with 5. By the time I reach 5, my entire body is tense. So start inhaling, 1, 2, the tension should be coming out, 3 should be at the center of the body, 4, upper body, 5, everything in the body is tense. Now, as the exhale, release at the same time. 1, release the top of the head and the neck. 2, shoulders, starting with the body. 3, center of the body. 4, starting with the legs. And 5, the body should be more relaxed. Now let's do the same thing, only from the top down. So we start tensing from the top all the way down to the soles of the feet. Those who still have them. So starting at the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relaxing the same way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Now we tense our body from the front to the back. So I start the tension in the stomach and allow it to spread like a drop falling into the water, creating a wave, to spread all the way to my spine. Get into a 5 count. So I start inhaling, because inhaling is also increasing tension in the body, or at least increasing pressure. So I start inhaling, the pressure starts at the stomach, you can start at your belly button, and goes throughout your body. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and release in the same way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Now start at the middle of your spine. So we're going to tense from the back to the front. I start tensing at the center of my spine, the muscles that are wrapped around the spine, to mobilize it and stabilize it. 1, going to the back. 2, 3 to the center, also the legs and the arms. 4, the chest, and then 5 all the way to the stomach. And releasing the same way. I start releasing at the center of the spine, then the back, shoulders, legs and arms, limbs, and the front. Now we should be a lot more aware of the way the tension comes in. For example, if I'm falling into something, I usually brace. When I brace, I create a wave of tension in the body that can cause me harm. For example, if I bump into something and then I break from the tension, I can hit myself. However, if I'm more aware of the tension from here, I can relax, change my position, change my shape. And even if I'm starting the encounter with some form of injury, I'll still be able to negotiate it with the parts of my body that are working. Good. Now we'll start with a collapsing drill. Second, from here, what we will do now is, from a standing position, start collapsing the body into the ground. Most important thing here is your safety. So always mind to move where you're comfortable. What I will do is to, again, initiate and use the breath and the tension that we've used in order to incorporate relaxing into the ground in a form that is both safe and effective. So let us begin. From a standing or kneeling position, depending on what your comfort level is, I'm going to tense all the way up to my hips. Tense from the soles of my feet all the way to my hips. Now, once I have this tension, I maintain it. Now, I'm waiting for the next exhale. When I exhale, I just drop all the tension down into the ground, and let's see what happens. So I inhale, exhale, drop the tension. Now, here, it's very comfortable to do. It's, well, my house, so I know everything is safe. So if you're doing it out in the field, be mindful of where you are. Let's do this again a few times with different activations of tension, not increase, just different activations because we are already tense. So again, now we're tensing only the left part of the body. So I'm tensing, inhaling and tensing the left part of the body. Don't forget the side of the neck. And on the next exhale, I'll just release the tension and allow my body to naturally collapse to the ground. So inhale, exhale, release that tension, and I can reach better way to facilitate further relaxation. So if something comes my way, I don't have to try to brace against it. I don't have to hold tension that is in excess of what the situation or the moment needs. Now I tense my right side. Inhale and tense. Hold the tension, the side of the neck, the bottom of the sole of the foot grabbing into the ground, holding onto it, the hand clench, the muscles of the back. And on the exhale, next exhale, just release that part and see that you can collapse in a much nicer way. Now, let's go for individual relaxation. So I'm only going to tense up the left leg, tensing it from the hip downward this time, in holding the tension in. And now I'm also going to use my eyes because slight explanation, the way that we use our eyes holds a lot about the way that we hold tension, the way that we hold ourselves, our mood, our alignment. If I'm looking straight, I will see both up and down. I will have a much better outlook on life than if I look just down or just up or just, all sorts of types of crookedness. So what I will do is allow myself to move and look in a different way, and to, through the movement of my head, I'm going to add to that the relaxation. So I'm tensing one part of the body, just the left leg now. With the inhale, I tense it up. I start looking right and left. And as I exhale, I'll add the movement. I allow the body to just follow my eyes as I exhale. Let's do that again. I'll tense my right leg now. On the inhale, tense your right leg. Allow yourself to start looking around. And as you exhale, just collapse with that direction. Allow yourselves to just move about. This is very helpful about not trying to align yourself in force in times of accidents, attacks, just daily life, depending on where you are. Let's do this a few more times. Now just tense the soles of the feet. The soles of the feet are a great source of awareness. It's our connection to the ground, our connection to, we can hear through our feet, everything that is moving or bouncing about. We can also, through the feet, add more tension to ourselves, and most of us do that. So by feeling the soles of our feet, this allows us to have a lot more awareness, a lot more grace in our movement, and also not to hold on to tension too much. So now just tense up the soles of your feet, look around, and as you exhale, just see what movement is created on its own. You can teach yourself about yourself through play. Through playing around with different forms, not forcing ourselves to follow a particular kata, a particular drill, a particular movement pattern, we can learn and develop our own neural net and our awareness in a much better way. Let's do this a few more times. And now also we rotate the spine more. Also the way that we are turned helps a lot. So I'm looking around, the soles of my feet are grabbing onto the ground. And on an exhale, I'll just let loose and see where the movement naturally takes me. Because if something happens for real, we will be graceful, but a lot less graceful than if we planned ahead. So what the aim is to allow ourselves to be graceful in a intuitive manner, to allow ourselves to hold all this evolution that we have inside us and the humanity that we have through intuitive movement, not just do this, do that. So let's start doing the same thing as we are walking. Now, as we are walking, we usually place too much tension on the leg that's coming in, or that we're not shifting our weight in a natural way. So what I want to do is to place my foot without placing any weight on it. Just touch, to feel the ground with the sole of my foot, with my toes, if I have them. After I touched it, after I feel safe with that ground underneath me, only then I will relax that leg and allow, like water flowing in a bottle, for it to carry my weight. Then what I will do, I will not lift my back leg. What I will do is to move my hips. I'm peeling. I'll show this from a different angle. I'm peeling my foot off the ground without any pressure, and then placing it, not putting any weight on it, feeling the ground, and only then sinking into it. Again, I'm peeling my back foot, peeling it, placing it on the ground, relax, and then I'm just easing into it, easing into the ground. Let's do this a little bit. I'll show from different angles. From here, I am relaxing my hips, allowing it to peel off the ground, placing the foot without any mass on it, and then only when I'm comfortable, release into it. Again, peeling my foot off the ground with the movement of the hip, allowing it to place itself on the ground, slowly moving into it. So I'm learning to ease myself into every step. Also increasing my balance and comfort with whatever it is I'm doing. If you practice walking barefoot, I highly advise it, at least a part of your day, depending on your occupation and where you are going. This will help you a lot in understanding your feet, and through your feet, you can understand a lot more. Let's do the same thing backwards. So now I'm peeling the foot, placing it behind me. I don't see it, but I feel it. And then only later on I can change the weight. Again, I'm peeling my foot off the ground, placing it, relaxing the sole, slowly moving the weight. Placing and moving the weight. Placement, only then moving the weight. Now, should not be done only in standing, it should be done in different heights. For example, if I'm picking up a cucumber in the field, I'm not going to go bend and go up. That's exercise. I don't want that. What I want is a natural movement, a bit of a more circular motion. So what I will do is to allow everything to happen from where it was. So from here, I will relax my state, relax my eyes, my breath, pulse, everything is together to create movement that is without any pressure, without any imbalance. So whatever it is that is happening in the front is also happening in the back. Whatever is happening on the right side is also happening on the left side. So look at the movement and invent your own. So from here, I'm imagining picking up something from the ground. So my upper body and lower body are relaxed and everything is moving in circles. Again, my upper body and lower body, all of it is relaxed. There is no action that needs any force, because it's just water moving in a closed barrel. It can be to the side. You can see that the mass is being shifted right and left, left and right. Again, see, the mass is being shifted. The mass is being shifted. If I'm going forward and back, so from here, everything is going straight. If I'm going to my back, I'll obviously go to the back, and see how we can just practice everything from agriculture to anything else in a relaxed, balanced way. So what we've been doing is all coming together into allowing each movement to bring you more balance, more awareness. Let's go back into the breathing, as we did in the beginning. Inhale and exhale through your nose if possible. So in, out. See if now on the second time, it's easier to sync your connection with your pulse throughout the body. Now let's add feeling your pulse in the soles of your feet. Your connection to the ground, feel the pulse in the soles of your feet, in your palms, in your face, in your heart. Inhale with the pulse. Exhale with the pulse. Inhale. Exhale. Now, in the soles of your feet, what we've not done before is increase our awareness by placing both our breath and our pulse in the soles of the feet. We increase the net of our awareness in a great way. We can feel everything, every reverberation that goes through the ground, wherever we are, and it makes us a lot more sensitive, thus less surprised, more open to whatever is happening. So continue breathing, feel the pulse in the soles of your feet. If you don't, just touch the soles of your feet. See if you can increase the sensory input. It helps with the tips of the fingers. But inhale, feel the pulse in the soles of your feet, and feel through your feet what is around you. Let's do this for a few breaths, just listening through your feet. Later on in private practice or with friends, you can do this. Close your eyes. You can close your eyes now. It will help you pass through the overwhelming input of the oculary, the eyesight. Focus on the soles of your feet and see if someone can sneak up to you when you're feeling the pulse, when you're feeling your breath in the soles of your feet, especially when you're barefoot. This will help you increase your awareness, create a type of seikukan, mean like a halo around you of awareness that comes from our Japanese term. So increase the awareness around you through the pulse in the soles of your feet. Good. Now let's move to slight more tension release. We'll start waving the body somehow. Right. As we moved in the standing place, now here we are releasing tension in one side, releasing it in the other. We are waving the body right and left. I'm not moving by force. What I'm doing is releasing pressure, tension, or activation in the feet and in the hips, allowing the body to swing from side to side. Right now, my spine is upright. What I will do is to first relax my head, allow it to sway like something in the wind with my breath. The breath is the tempo. The breath syncs with the heartbeat. And then I add my shoulders, allowing everything to sync together. Now I'm adding my ribs. Notice how your feet dynamically align the intended muscle and nerve activation to keep you upright. And now move the entire body side to side. Allow yourself to move like a candle side to side, like so. Good. After we've waved ourselves side to side, let's do the same thing, but in different directions. What we will do is to wave ourselves with different directions. The point of it is not the direction itself. The point of it is to allow ourselves to think outside of one direction. So we can move whenever we want, wherever we want. So what next we will do is to initiate the same thing that we've done, moving the hips first with the breath and the pulse, and then adding different directions to that. So from here, what I will do now is wave forward and back, releasing tension in the feet, both of them at this time, the front and the back, and then starting with the head, waving, shoulders. Allow everything to sink on its own. Don't try to direct the body, telling it what to do. You're holding yourself from learning. Now add the ribs, the spine all the way through the ribs. Keep your mind and your breath and the pulse through the body, the activation on the sole of your feet, and now put everything into it. Good. Let's try two more directives, two more angles. We'll go in 45 degrees to the left first. So I'm swaying on the front of my left foot to the back of my right. Adding my cervical spine, my neck, 45-degree angle, adding the shoulders, adding the ribs, and adding the entire body, 45-degree angle. Now, opposite, breathe, center on your pulse in different places. And now, right side, right, or 45 degree to the front, the right, and 45 degree to the left. Now adding cervical spine movement with the breathing, with the pulse, adding the shoulders. Notice the differences in the activation of the sole of the feet, the ankles as well, at the rib cage, and with the entire body. Good. What we've done so far is a primer on letting go of excess tension. There's a lot more to do, and we will pursue that as well. The idea is to allow ourselves not to follow, and also, strangely, not to lead, just to exist within our bodies, to start something, and instead of trying to guide it and lead it, instead let it evolve on its own, to help ourselves to get to know ourselves without the superego trying to form and guide us into doing this or doing that, being this or being that, through play, through games, through just trying to see what will happen in a safe way by ourselves and with others. we can learn more about ourselves, we can evolve in a much higher and faster and also in a fun way. And through breath, pulse, awareness, swaying, moving, rolling, rocking, dissolving into the ground, through all of these, we have the ability to create our own motion. So don't follow me, follow yourselves. Make up your own drills, send them to me. I'll learn from you as well. And as always, I thank you for joining us. And that's the most important thing, the connection that we have here and how we can become better, not just for ourselves, but for others as well. Thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you next time.
Thank you.
Farewell.
Thank you, Sharon. Wonderful to see you.
You as well. Thank you.